I will never get wet. I'm really wet. Hello, I have a light shining right in my face, so I'm gonna be wearing sunglasses today. Me and Charlie filmed some stuff. We were actually gonna try to do a kind of a bit. We were gonna like do some vines. Here's one. We filmed like a couple, but he has some stuff to do right now, and then I had to finish this and I wanted the video to still be good. So I don't think that we're gonna use the videos because they're not very good. Do I think I look good right now? No, I don't. And I said I was gonna do the Greatest Showman review today, so I'm still gonna do that because last week I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do that I ended up doing. So this week I'm gonna try to actually do the things that I said I was going to. So, here it is. I'm just gonna say that I did not like this movie, and I didn't dislike it. I thought it was a fun movie, but it was not a good movie, in my opinion. And there's actually a line in the movie that says, Hugh Jackman's character, P.T. Barnum, well, if they're having fun, who cares? So, that's a good point. Who cares if you're having fun if the movie is not a good movie? But that's not what I'm here for, kids. I'm not here to watch a movie that's just fun. I would like the movie to also be good. Now, I'm also not saying that it was a bad movie. There are definitely a lot of fun movies that I enjoy a lot. Superhero movies are normally fun movies. They're not typically, like, good. But some movies are much slower, like Moonlight or Manchester by the Sea from 2016. Those were not really fun movies, but they were very good movies. One of my biggest grievances with this movie was, I was talking the other day about La La Land and how La La Land had to be good as a movie first and then have a good, like, score and soundtrack just pushed into it. And how that's very difficult. And this movie, I think, is an example of one that did not really do that very well. The movie's based probably around 150 years ago, so quite a long time, because P.T. Barnum was alive. It's around 1860s, I believe. It's not really that important. Music of that era was very different than the music we have now, and all of the music that came out of that movie is music that sounds like 2017. And for me, that really took me out of the movie. That was hugely distracting, and it would have made no sense to have music from that time period because then nobody would care about it. No one would have liked the music because it wouldn't be relatable, it wouldn't draw people in, and it wouldn't be like fun music, and they would sell no albums. I thought some of the scenes, it had like the normal musical type thing where you're always expecting a song, like you're expecting a song in the beginning and like these important moments, then you're expecting one when it's him and Zac Efron in the bar, and when they're feeling like, when it's all the outcast people or like the circus freaks or whatever, when they're cast out kind of. And it seems like some of the times they did reuse a couple songs to make them mean more, but it felt less genuine than it did in, say, La La Land. If I keep comparing this movie to that, it's because that's a good musical in my opinion, and this is not a good musical. And I think there's some aspects that are similar, some things that La La Land did really well that Greatest Showman did not. I don't know, I felt like pacing of the movie was pretty good, but I don't know, towards the end it got a little bit weird. Outcast Misfit people, I liked them a lot. I actually wish it showed more of them, which I know that it's not about them, but they seemed more interesting as characters than P.T. Barnum or Zac Efron's character, I can't remember his name. Cared less about them. Even though P.T. Barnum was very interesting, he had a lot going on. I've also heard a lot of stuff, a lot of people are unhappy with how they presented him in like a light way and is such a good guy when in actuality he, I guess, was not a good guy. I can't speak to that. I didn't read P.T. Barnum for Dummies, so I'm not an authority. It all felt very commercial. It all felt a lot like, hey, we need to sell this. This is what we can do to sell it. And the soundtrack is the main part of that. Like how they were just making it so that it would sell so much. And look, I mean, the capitalist mindset, you're just looking to make more money. In my mind, you should make a movie that's good and then hopefully it'll make money. But I'm also not a studio executive, so no, I have to sit there.
Dang it.
I think you could hear me. We're talking about Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about that movie?
The music was really good.
But did you agree that it sounds like it's like out of place?
That's like now music instead of like
but did it like I heard a lot of people who said that but they didn't care. So like for you when you were watching it, did it kind of like take you out of the movie?
Yeah, it kind of bothered me a little bit.
I thought it was really distracting because I was like, this does not fit what you're seeing on the screen.
The chairs were comfy.
Yeah. The chairs are pretty comfy.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the movie, but you know. So we went and they had like the reclining chairs. We went to like an AMC and I put my chair all the way down like before the movie started, just kind of messing around, and then it would not go back up. So I was laying down the whole time and like sitting up like trying to see the screen.
I thought pretty good cast.
Hugh Jackman was good as P.T. Barnum, I think.
Yeah.
He didn't win the Golden Globe, and did you see that picture of him very shocked? I don't think he should have won it, so, you know. I didn't see The Disaster Artist, so I can't tell you if James Franco deserved to, but...
I think when the building kind of blew up, that's kind of where I was like, huh.
You're like, alright, this is a bit much.
Pretty cool how they trained the elephants to do that.
So there seems like there was a lot of historical stuff that they put in, like maybe him riding the elephant. I'm sure that they used that because he actually did it.
But like the whole thing with his girlfriend.
And the building blowing up, and then, well, the girlfriend, there was like so much stuff that happened with the girlfriend at the end, and then his wife, and then like he's back with his wife, and then the building blows up, and then he's riding the thing that, like all this stuff happens like 7 minutes. When everything else in the movie had taken like time.
fast.
There was like development other times in the movie, and with this they were just like boom 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 boom, and there was like no explanation.
Yeah, that's for sure.
When we walked out, we saw a couple. They weren't old. They were maybe like 50, mid 50s or 60s. They'd seen like 200 movies that year, so last year, and they said that this was their best one, Greatest Showman, and I don't know if they only saw like exclusively
musicals or something.
Like what would they have seen for that to be their best movie? Last year was so good for movies.
Greatest Showman, I would rate like 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd give it like 2 or 2.5 out of 5. Because it was a fun movie to watch.
It was very fun to watch.
It was not a good movie. Pretty bad.
Zac Efron coming back with the singing.
Yeah, Zac Efron playing a serial killer in an upcoming movie.
Ooh.
All you ladies will be excited about that, right? That's what all you ladies look for in a guy. We also heard people say a lot about set design. They really loved that stuff. Like set design and cinematography. Set design was cool because the setting was cool. You see a movie, say like Lady Bird, people don't think about the set as much because it's just so natural. It's what you're used to. It's just normal life. Like it's not a story about anything fantastical. But this movie had cool set design because where it was set was cool, you know. It's in this giant theater, so they had to make it cool. I feel like it wasn't like incredible. It was like cool, man. I don't know, like the images you see on the screen are all fun to watch, but like, do you really care about it? Maybe when you're watching it, but like it doesn't really stay with you. I feel like a good movie kind of gets better as it goes on. Like I appreciate The Shape of Water way more now than when I saw it. But say like this movie, you liked it the most right after you saw it, and now you like it less and less and less. Unless you loved it, because everyone either loves it or hates it.
I forgot about that movie until like now.
I have one more question for you, and that is, what was the best thing, or like the coolest thing about this movie? Oh, by the way, the soundtrack on its own is pretty good, but like watching it with the movie just doesn't make sense. So I'm not saying the soundtrack's bad, the soundtrack is good, just for the movie, it's bad. The coolest thing about this movie to me is that Hugh Jackman, this is what I've heard, Hugh Jackman loved the story of P.T. Barnum so much, and how he like pursued this and basically made it happen, that he fought for this movie to be made. And so it was made, and that's cool. Because I think it's really cool when people are able to tell stories that are important to them.
I like that. Do I like about that movie? Really? When it all comes down to this. It's cool how like in real life, P.T. Barnum just like gave people opportunities to do stuff, but he kind of like made fun of them.
He wasn't like a cool guy. They presented him as a cool guy, but I guess he wasn't really.
Because he kind of made fun of people.
Well, because he recognized that people thought these other people were freaks, and he was like, hey, I can make money off you. I don't really know. I kind of was weird about that too, even when we were watching it. I was like, this seems wrong. Or like a little bit mean-spirited. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Do you have anything else to say for this video?
Decent movie.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. That was perfect.